Okay, we're back. Another episode of Brotherhood Smoke, the podcast that's taking over the internets and the world. I'm your host, Small 1906.
I'm Blue the Mogul.
Got a special guest.
Appreciate y'all, BJ Hemeng, Soul Survivor.
That way.
Survivor.
Hey,
Shout out to brother. Shout out HY.
Hey, man. Hysterical in the tangible Eta Upsilon chapter.
Greatest chapter in the
what
solar system. All right, let's start it off right.
Go ahead.
Bruhz. How many of us have them? Bruhz. All right, so look, we're going to clear up this narrative that, first of all, bruhz, it's short for brothers, in case you guys didn't know. And the last time I checked, every fraternity has brothers. Right? And so we've all called ourselves bruhz. It's not a one organization thing. Whoever smoke anybody wants, I'm here for it. I'm just telling you that right now. We're going to nip that in the bud. I love all Divine Nine. But the bruhz is not reserved for one organization. Let's start there right now. I'm going to jump off the porch with that. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. This I'm not tripping. I've been in it for a minute, but yeah, you can't appropriate that word.
Nah.
Because if I yell bruhz, y'all going to look, right?
Of course.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah, every time, because if I know it's coming from a voice that we recognize, for sure, most definitely.
Right. So shout out to every organization, but the Purple Passion just can't keep it smashing. We all got bruhz.
Yeah. Everybody got bruhz. That word is not appropriated for just one organization.
Everybody uses it, and the sororities use it too, right? So it's not just on some it's reserved for the accused. It's on every space, every fraternity. So they can't just take that. But
yeah. And again, it is all love.
Shout out to the accused. Shout out to every organization.
My aunt and my sister, they deltas. You know what I'm saying? So they show mad Coleman love, and I show number love to all Divine Nine. Right. But we just have to clear that up. And then, like I said,
it's like homies. If I say what's up, homie?
Yeah.
It can't be reserved for one gang or something.
Yeah, for sure, most definitely. So now that we got that out of the way, our brother BJ, man, he's like I said, the hysterical and intangible Eta Upsilon chapter, man. And the thing is, our brother, he has a lot going on. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother. Let them know everything from top to bottom.
Appreciate the love, man. I got my two big brothers here, man, outside of just frat, but when coming in at that tech, man, they showed me nothing but love. And even when I got there, they graduated love. So appreciate the time up here. Yo.
Most definitely.
But I'll let you know, BJ, serial entrepreneur. I think one of my titles for me that I love the most is Big Brother. Love my siblings. I love my the people around me. Just pushing people forward, being a cheerleader and encourager, man. So I think that's one selling me for that. What I got going on right now, just let y'all know, I'm a referee. So I referee. Just got up to the Big 12 practice squad for sure. So I'm on the crew here in the Dallas Football Association. So with
that's what's up.
I do basketball with DBOA, so Dallas Basketball Official Association, doing that. So Pee Wee all the way to high school. Got an AAU squad with pregame. Shout out to the pregame crew. So we got all the contracts for Puma and Adidas.
Oh, that's dope.
And
that's what's up.
In the Plains, so we just growing that. So shout out to Jermaine Chambers and setting that up there. Also, I'm in the real estate game, so really dabbling in that both in commercial and residential, building that business. Before that, I was at American Airlines for 10 years. So I was like King American, flying around, like the ambassador. You know what I'm saying? But
everywhere.
Got laid off. Made a pivot, and then just here pushing and surviving, man. And that's been kind of the story of just how I grew up and where we at now and my journey in the frat and all that, and having the love and support. So on the short, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Briefly on that, because
we're gonna harp on that.
Yeah. Briefly on that, as far as American Airlines, recently Spirit just shut down. It says so. Is that something you saw coming? I know they've been talking about it. They've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
So go on your thoughts on this since you were deep in that game.
No, for sure. So definitely macroeconomics changed the game with the gas price. So the Spirit's model, so their basis was based on we gonna model to do this airline, bare fare. We just gonna get people to where they go put butts in seats.
Yeah.
And their model was based off of gas being at least $2.60, like jet fuels. Jet fuel right now is $4.50, right?
Right.
So that's double your cost, right? In this space post the pandemic, all that, the airlines have been up and down. I feel like if you look at the financials of any airline, not just Spirit, they're banks that happen to fly planes, right? Their loyalty programs, their credit card deals. That's what's keeping them profitable, right?
The
So,
purchasing of food and all the liquor and all that good stuff.
no, yeah, all that stuff, but also too, like the city, like the big ones, American, they got their city deal. Delta has American Express.
Yeah.
United got Chase. The loyalty space, the program, the frequent flyer miles, all that is what's generated, because what happens with that is, if it's your company, I can tell you that 1 point is worth $5, right? And then that goes to Wall Street and that valuation. So the more people you got in your system, the more you can like really show what your value is. So that's how they kind of keep the lights on over there. But to your point, Spirit, the market's changed. There's a lot of consolidation, right?
Okay.
So with that, the pricing stuff, and people are looking more on experiences. So they were just hurting. So what I think is gonna happen is just my humble opinion now that Spirit's out the gate, out the paint. Now prices are slowly gonna creep up because
especially Frontier, their biggest competitor. See, we talked about this.
But the thing is, the big carriers, they all were matching Spirit fares, right? So now you got a less competitor on that's asking, having $30, $34 fares. America was matching that. Yeah. Now that's gone. Now if it's $45 fares from Frontier or whatever, like that the price to travel is gonna go up.
Right.
That's just my humble opinion. Unless you get more competition, but you boys in office, they don't like that right now. So we can talk about that another day.
No, most definitely.
So what I was going to talk about was the pivot.
Yeah.
How do you think Alpha? Do you think it helped you with the transition?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. And I'll put this. So I'll talk about my Alpha journey. And I'll transition to that more. So Alpha journey. Growing up being the oldest, man. I'm the oldest. And got my family around me. I've got brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just longing for that, but my biggest thing was longing for older brothers and mentors. Right. Shout out to Kwesi and Nana who crossed that UTA. Those are my big cousins. They were kind of my first exposure to Alpha. And then when I went to LSU, nothing but love. But the New Side brothers over there, man, they've been showing just love and just boo boy from Texas, and it was just cool just to like see how people was moving in a way that was intentional, not just moving just to be moving. But then so I was like, hey, let me learn more about that. Reached out to the cats at Texas Tech when I found out I was going to graduate. That's a whole crazy thing. Hey, let y'all boys know, I'm trying to be down, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we don't know who you are, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but I came over there, and again, the same from both the LSU chapter and then the Texas Tech chapter, like the same type men that wore these letters showed the same kind of love. So, like, that was another thing. Like, how can you see that consistency from one chapter and doing the same thing another chapter? And I've seen different things. It's like different chapters got different spaces, but Alpha is pretty consistent on the values and how we, grow men and be able to put it on our community. Beef to other organizations. This is how I saw it.
Man, but how do you feel about, people denouncing letters these days?
Bro, I feel like it's a cop out, man. At the end of the day, like you went through this process. You was talking about, hey, this part there was three things in any Greek organization. You are a person first. You're a man and woman first. And if you played at school, you a student second, right? So these values that you are as a person, that was there pre-Alpha, Delta, whoever. Right. So for you to say that organization has now succumbed into a space that's taking so much of your time for you to denounce not be around your values, to me is BS.
Right.
Just say you don't want to be in the organization, that's fine. But like when you see a lot of denouncing, it's like, I'm denouncing because I feel God has did this way. And I'm not going to tell you how God's spilling you on that way, but you're making it seem like the organization is pushing you in a way to be against your values, and that's never the case, right?
And that's why I asked, because a lot of people, there's a misconception, and really the organization is for the better making of men, as far as
but it can't make you a man.
It can't make you a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, and it, in fact, what it does, my experience with the organization, it's shown the true leadership, the brotherhood. We did 1,906 hours community service in college. And that's the thing. People make it out to be something that they have no clue about, and it's kind of disheartening when people who are actually know what the organization is about, and they, have these negative and disparaging remarks to say. I'm not saying any organization that's perfect.
Right.
But you look at the large majority, you know, doctors, lawyers, judges, I mean, pillars of the community, you know, for these organizations, and particularly Alpha, because that's what we're discussing right now. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And I agree with you that, and I think that's where you're in people that do denounce, right? There's that brotherhood. There's people that's also, there's resources. If you're feeling a certain type of way, that's why it's that I would hope in your decision of joining that organization, part of that was part of the community aspect of it. Brotherhood and sisterhood is in every creed of the Divine Nine, right? So like, if you are feeling the way, right, and I'm gonna pivot back to the pivot part. Right. Reach out to your network and like talk about it. Your LBs, your or LSs, your pro fights, OGs, youngest. Right. There's all kind of knowledge there. Somebody. So to answer your question, to go back to how the pivot helped. So I came to the tech. I was online, or I came in the organization, tried to go in the organization. But I went through the process by myself, on the sense of like going through for the chapter. I came in the chapter through myself, and with that, a lot of that was ingrained in me on like, again, leaning on different things and also feeling the confidence. Right. To like, when things get tough, I can move things, and I had to really lean in that. These last 2 years were the toughest of my life. Right, I got married, and then everything was gone. You know, my job. Bought a house, a car, freaking like stability, my identity, right? Of like being, like I said, being a big brother, being someone that's really rooted in the people around him. I had to take some time to myself because I'm going through hell right now, and really figuring out where that pivot is, and again, what it helped me to do, just like when I was in college and I was wanting to become an alpha and going through that process, was that confidence of being able to do whatever, and really being able to dream. Like you're dreaming about what your next step is. And I forgot to do that in that corporate environment. And I was doing very well in that environment. Yeah. But for me, it like brought my childlike ambitions back, and that confidence of being able to do that. And that the process for me helped that pivot of understanding that. So
right. And the resilience of the process, would you say, do you feel like, because a lot of people don't know how to handle, you know, being laid off and having to make a transition.
Right. Say your identity almost.
Hey, you do.
And then, so I know you got a family, so that definitely is direct effect. So what would you say the process in general, how would you say the process will help you be able to keep your head when all about you were losing theirs and blaming it on you? How would you say that?
Yeah, so I mean that goes back to that identity space, right?
Yeah.
I was in a unique scenario where I joined the fraternity by myself. So in that space, a lot of that confidence is like I was becoming very self-reliant. Right. And that is good and bad in that space because we're based on brotherhood, right? So it's like you really want to lean into. So part of that pivot is I'm naturally gonna rely on myself. Right. So I stay to myself. I'm stay to myself, but like I'm not gonna share my experiences of like I'll talk about all the triumphs, but the heartaches and the failures and all that. I'm gonna go in the corner and do it because that's where I've done it before. So it's like you can do that. And like during this season in life where I'm at now, being married, new car, like all this space, new identity, I reclused, but I was falling faster. And the moment, it took me a while to get through that space of like, hey, go through that emotional roller coaster and all that. But the moment and I'll be frank, a lot of the time, some of the decisions I did hurt my brothers, right?
Gotcha.
But that moment that I went back and talked to y'all, it was all love again, and that gave me again. So with the title Alpha, the way to be like, hey, no matter the season, whatever, your brothers got your back. No matter what, they see you for you, and I do that for others. So why can I not expect them not to do that for me?
He's my brother. He ain't heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? What would you say since graduating and getting into this what we call the real world? What would you say has been the greatest challenge post college?
Post college, okay. Greatest challenge is my greatest challenge was shedding that persona of who you were in college, right? So we continue to grow, we evolve.
All right.
I'm going towards 40 now, right?
Right.
So when people looking at you, they're like seeing BJ at 21 or at 25, knowing there's been 15 plus years of like evolution. I still have your values are your values in your core space.
Right.
You're not the same person.
I'm not the same person, right? So, but hey, yeah, BJ, my persona was like, hey, turn up, we gonna do this, fly route, do all this other stuff.
Texas Tech persona.
Yeah, the Texas Tech persona, right? and you know, there's times to do that, right?
Yeah.
But what about the grind? What about the time of like, all right, you know, the heartbreaks and then the promotions and the different aspects of family stuff changing, dynamics changing, that evolution. I'm not stuck in that space of like 20, 25. I'm at 40. So it's like, all right, that's where you gotta, you know, be patient with people because they're going to be patient with people on that space. That's tough because what we were trying to do now versus what I was trying to do even 2 years ago are completely different.
Right.
And having the right people around you to say, we see you evolving versus like, hey, bro, you just not who you used to be. You changing. You know what I'm saying? That kind of
How old are
space.
these people?
Right? It's, bro, I tell you all the time, though, it don't matter. It's like,
It's a mental thing.
People get the click. Some people get the click right at 18. Some get it at 20. Some get it at 35. Some get it at 65. And some don't get it at all.
Right.
So it's like, you got to be around your people. And for me, I give a lot of grace. Like, I understand, like, we may be equivalent in this area, but in this area, I may be a little bit mature. Or maybe a little immature and understand that we got to take us for who we are.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely.
For sure.
So with your unique situation crossing by yourself, have you met someone else kind of with the similar?
That with a similar space?
Yeah.
I met one guy. Patrick in LSU. He was LSU.
Okay.
He crossed. He actually crossed before me. He was a summer line at LSU.
Nice.
And he's now a doctor. So Dr. Patrick, let me put some respect on your name.
Yeah.
Patrick.
But him seeing that space was like, all right, someone can do it. So when I did it, was like, you know, it wasn't ideal, but it's like, this is something I want. It was I was in my heart, never to depart. And it's like, this is something I wanted to go through regardless of the situation.
Right.
And I had an example. Then also used, I tell my testimony, that's why I'm here right now, man. I want to talk and let people know, use me as an example of like, hey, good, bad, ugly, whatever. I want to tell my story so people can grow. So just to answer your question, yeah, I've seen it happen. I've seen one other cat. I think he was at Kent State, and I met him. I didn't know him, but like I knew Patrick. I know Patrick. So
You named one Ohio, one.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, and one Louisiana, one Texas.
That takes a certain type of person that can go through everything
It does, but also
and cross.
But I'm gonna say this, right? And you know, in the moment, right? Yeah, your emotions and thought processes of it, but it's what you make of the experience. I could have been in a space where like, hey, y'all by myself, this and that, blah blah blah, whoop-de-whoop. The whole time, y'all two, the HY generations, old and young, show love, right? At the end of the day, I want to be a testimony of like that brotherhood doesn't expand to that semester, the people that don't have in that semester. Man, y'all know all my ups and downs and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, I don't even think you weren't even on campus. You weren't on campus either. You weren't on campus either. Yeah, calling me every day.
Yeah.
Y'all calling me every day.
Right.
Yeah, we knew what you were going through by yourself.
That's so unique, to be honest.
But you didn't have to do that, right?
Yeah.
So and that made my process so much sweeter, and also my way, like I guess my position in the chapter too, like being like there's certain different lines and ships. There's a bridge, like there's a bridge from old school to new school and this and that, and being thanks to y'all and y'all wisdom and y'all guidance and just y'all your welcoming arms that I was able to bridge the wisdom that was from before us to the young cats that are here now. When each line has that, so
That's true.
So that's where
Most definitely, yeah.
So I still get my brotherhood check, even though it's not like this. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know what I'm saying? We here.
Is that what he had to do?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know,
That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's
crazy.
funny.
Chop. Chop.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's a whole nother story right there.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Link up. My niggas
Link
link
up.
up.
So, as far as what you plan to do in the future,
Yeah.
I know you and I talked about, you know, you are probably getting into your own show.
Yep.
And what would you say would be your primary goal in the future as far as when you get your own show going, as far as podcasts?
Primary goal, man, is just get into like really storytelling, creating an authentic space, right?
Right.
A lot of the podcast world right now is very curated for
Being viral.
viral space, and like again, you get 1 view, 10 views. I just want to create a space where someone can be confident, as I'm trying to grow my confidence in front of the camera as well, and just tell their stories. The stories are really prevalent, and the stories that you put in this space is gonna be there forever.
Right.
So like, I don't know if y'all seen them little books, like whether you sent to like your parents or whatever, the grandparents, and like, hey, what did you do at 18 and blah blah blah, and like they get people making money off this mug. It's so crazy. But you sending that to your loved ones that are elder, and you're reaccounting their experiences. What I want to do with my space is basically have that experience right here and then have it stored up and go from there.
What's up?
Right. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's kind of cool now. I hate to digress for a second, but now they got the reels where, like, what were you like in the 90s? And that's kind of the viral thing now.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's kind of cool because we can actually cover what we, things that we used to do. And how would you say your past is going to shape your future?
So my past, that's a good question. My past, I feel like I was very limited. Right?
Okay.
Because I was trained. I won't say we. I was trained in a way. You do this, A plus B equals C. Right? And then C is this, right? I only get to C. With the game being changed, like, it's limitless, right?
Right.
There's different ways, and learning how to pivot quickly, right? All the cliches they taught us when we were little is all still true. Like, it's still there. We listening more, right? You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question is that, hey, that limitless thinking is my goal. It's me, right? Whereas before it's like, all right, I made it at American. I made the 6 figures. I'm doing this. I'm flying firm all over the place. Got to see all 6 inhabitable continents, doing all this stuff,
dope,
getting
man.
the content, all that stuff.
Say that
right?
again, man. You got to
Yeah,
say
no,
that
no,
again.
listen.
All six inhabitable continents. You did what I'm saying.
Yeah,
What a
for
word.
sure.
1, 2. How many syllables is that?
we gonna make the Antarctic cruise, man. One day, but yeah,
That's
gonna
ice
do
cold
that.
for
Yeah,
you.
for sure. We got to do that. Absolutely. But all that, the stats and all that stuff that's, people really show, on their Instagram or the high space, right? I did that, right? Now it's like, all right, what's next? People are just trying to achieve that and be done.
Nah, yeah, most definitely. You
facts
got to keep going, So as far as, your career as an official,
Talk to me.
like what, man,
Elaborate on that,
I need you to really go from how fulfilling it is, how underrated it is as far as the experience. It's because there's some chosen vocations that people choose that they don't understand that it's money there. People just say, oh, it's a couple tangible benefits. It's money, and you could probably get to stay in shape.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that. So,
No, I was going to say, basically just bringing it back, like, did Alpha help you? Because I know it's, it's levels to that.
Absolutely.
You got to start with, like, Pee Wee or something.
So I got in officials at Tech, right? It was to me. It was like
you did that too.
Yeah, I did at Tech.
Yeah, we did that. We did that.
We gotta talk about that one
day.
Yeah, man.
Stories, bro.
But
Man,
but
funny.
Again, like we were, do your little plan. Alpha, taught me how to do the business plan. Shout out to Alpha. Doing that. But I wanted to find different 7 income streams. And one of my income streams was doing something that I wanted to be active in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
mandatory.
It's cool, right? And I wasn't no D1 athlete or whatever, man. I'm not going to sit here and lie like, oh, I got a knee injury or something. I was, you know what I'm saying? So, but I love the game. I love the game. And, like, really being in a space to be in the game and understand that was something that started at Tech. When I went to San Antonio, when I was working there, that was another side hustle type stuff. Came back to Dallas, it was a side hustle for me. It was like my referee money was like, this is the money you go out with. This is the money you on dates with, right? So it's like you got to work, you know what I'm saying, to go do that. So
no romance without finance, baby.
Hey man, I think it's more true now. But
it's inevitably true now.
Yeah, but so how that got there, I'll give a shout out to Earl Manning in Fort Worth. He put me on and was like, hey, I've got a basketball league and a football league. You should go ahead and just run with me, and I'll teach you the game.
Yeah, you heard him, Fort Worth, where the West starts.
Thanks, man. So, show me the game, and you just gotta go out and try it. Like at the end of the day, you've got to, and this is where alpha also ties into that. This I have a confidence. It's just like, man,
You'll figure it out.
I'm going, y'all. When I was blessed to join this fraternity, I would have. If you would have told me I could fly, I would have tried to fly. That's how much confidence.
Oh, yeah.
I was. You know what I'm saying? So
You talking about right afterwards?
right after.
Boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. It's no better. It's one of the top
Boy,
feelings,
you
man.
feel like you jumped through a wall.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah,
Absolutely. So
And
so
the wall
now,
gonna answer like, yes, sir. Go ahead.
So now bringing that, reminding myself of that when things are uncomfortable. Like, nah, bro, you can do that. So,
Reffing is uncomfortable.
Reffing is uncomfortable. Football is
It's too many stories.
Football is we in Texas say less. So everybody's. I don't know if you got parents and coaches like taping the refs and stuff like that. But what it does for me though, it creates accountability, and that's something I had a problem with. Right?
Okay, I'm gonna elaborate on that.
No, so I don't. Again, that with that confidence, there's sometimes you get on the border of arrogance, right? So then it's like, who's gonna check you? Who's gonna tell you what to do? Like you doing things right. So then it's like if you feel like you're doing right, you don't need accountability partners. Anybody that's telling you criticism is your op. On the referee space,
Right.
the tape is there. You got called a foul. You see the PI is right there, right? So the accountability you have to take care of your crew, but also
be
accountable.
You know what they say? The eye in the sky doesn't lie.
Don't lie, man. And and we all human.
So you got to be adaptable. Like, well, I mean, the human eye can only see so much, right?
Right.
And then you see like on tape, like, dang,
and say on tape you can't be like I called it this way. Say you was wrong, right?
right.
You was wrong. And the flow of the game and all. So it allows you to really understand dynamics and environments. So with the football journey, I loved it, man. And Fort Worth showed me a lot of love. So I was doing all the Fort Worth. Started in the middle school game there, and then the varsity, and then I did 6-man. And then when I came to Dallas, when I moved to Dallas, that space with our crew now, right by Kevin Knowles, man, we've got our schedule already, and we got some pretty good games coming up for
In the Big 12?
For
basketball.
For basketball. So with Big 12, I did a camp in January with the Big 12, and a lot of that space, you got to work your way up. So right now it's like we're in spring ball season, so we're gonna go drive to the different Big 12 schools and do that practice
crazy.
space and stuff and do that, and then you work your way up. And that's a whole nother game. But at the end of the day, referee allows me to, see the youth, put on for the youth,
Right.
and then also have an aspect of coaching and being in that relationship as well too.
So with like the expansion, I mean, you got West Virginia, you got Utah. There's no way, right? There's
Arizona.
Different Arizona.
But the thing, so the refereeing is very like territorial and like localized,
Yeah,
right?
for
So,
sure.
So yeah, I could if I wanted to, I can go try to drive to Utah if I wanted to. Right?
You have to drive.
Been there, done that.
You know what I'm saying?
Been there, done that.
You 1099, so like you your own boss, right? So if you want to, that's fine. You can write it off.
Can you write that off? You can write off a plane
Absolutely.
ticket? Okay.
Absolutely. If you're going for work, it's your work.
I mean,
Sure.
it work.
Yeah, it's work.
You're a contractor
Right.
for sure.
You doing that. So you could do that, but there's so many different opportunities, especially with the expansion of like college, like just college athletics. Even now, I don't know if y'all know Dallas with 2028 coming in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like girls flag football, all that's everywhere. So you really don't need to go. I don't have to go to Utah or go to West Virginia or go to Iowa State. I can't. There's just so much opportunity here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you want to get the reps, that caliber of reps that you want, I may need to hop on the plane to have the Big 12 people look at me and do that. And like, all right, this cat is seeing this football here versus different eye, how your eye train from there.
Yeah, that's one of the best kept secrets. Like a few people told me that that's their primary goal is to get the 2028 Olympics here.
Yeah, no, real talk. That's one of my goals too.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas got the infrastructure.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the World Cup gonna prove everything.
Yeah.
If we fumble that,
yeah, it's dripping drown right there.
Yeah.
For sure. Most definitely. As far as, like I said, you looking to get into the podcast game here in the future. Are there any other streams that you're looking forward to? Like, you got the real estate.
Yeah.
You got the, officiating. You got all these hats you're wearing. Or is there any other hat you intend on adding to the repertoire?
Absolutely. One of the things is that I'm really trying to push forward is I know that's a strength of mine. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. It's like being an encourager.
No, yeah, for
and
sure.
Being like hyping people up, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
There's
Yeah.
a lane into coaching.
Yeah.
There's a lane of
Like life coach.
life coaching.
Nice.
Right?
Okay, that's what's up.
There, right? I would do that for free. Right? I do that already. You know.
Right.
So
Don't say
in
that.
space-
Say you'll
no.
start free.
Yeah. You
start
that way.
free.
Start free.
Initiate the process.
Yeah, you initiate the process.
I like that.
Intake.
No, but that's something that's also what I'm thinking of dabbling in as well. So
That's what's up.
and the thing with that, like you can start in and I know this has happened to me. You start in one direction, and there's just so many different ways you can kind of pivot.
Never
in,
know
right,
where it
right?
goes.
So kind of like the real estate game. Like the real estate game was like, all right, people see you selling houses, but then you have the inspectors, you have the adjusters, you have people that specialize in doors or whatever door knob. You can be in there in different spaces. So just going through the journey and like understanding that wave and just figuring out where your swim lane is.
I like that. Go with the flow.
No, most definitely. Would being someone who can motivate and encourage people, in the life coach thing, do you foresee yourself getting into, putting together large coaching project, life coaching projects? They have they got the what's the gentleman's name that's really big now? Was it the
Tony Robbins and
you have the Tony Robbins and then Grant Carson. I forget his name.
Cardone.
Yeah, there you go. I forget his name. But do you foresee yourself taking it to that level, or is this something you want to keep on a level in which you just want to just see where it goes, or do you have goals of intentions of going to that level?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing with that, so with the coaching, the life coaching, I think is, again, you get to a space of like, I got a goal of what I want to do, and then keeping to push forward. Like, because at the end of the seasons, life happens, bro, and that's the one thing in this pivot right now. In my space is like, life happens. I can have those goals, and you write them down and do that. You can keep pushing forward, but there's things just like figuring out, hey, is this the right thing? Is this prioritizing, whether your family, your health, or whatever? I do see myself doing that, but I don't see myself doing that overnight. And a lot of people, for what I've heard in that space, is just like, hey, the overnight success is 10 years. That's not
Right.
Yeah, that's almost any.
I mean, let's be real. Before you know it, 10 years goes by rather quickly.
Fast,
like so,
Dallas
like,
10 years.
Huh?
I feel like I've been in Dallas 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dang, yeah. So
Time flies. Yeah.
But yeah, you got the consistency, man. And one of my things, and this is part of, I don't know if it's a confidence and arrogant space, is like
Talk to them.
people. I can tell you the game plan, the game plan. I know you ain't gonna do it.
Right. That's what
They've been giving us the cheat code in the playbook since we was this tall.
Yeah.
I can give you the recipe. I can't make it.
Exactly.
Hey, look, I've seen so many people, my peers and other people. It's a lot of ways to get money, but the quickest way to turn up and get that bag up is real estate, bro. Right. So I want you to touch a little bit on that real estate. What you've been doing as far as that goes.
No, real estate is definitely it's humbling, but also like invigorating at the same time. Right?
Okay.
It's building the business, and it's a space of like being able to like your relationships, and you're also not flexing, but a lot of your real estate purchases are going to be your biggest, your people around you. That's their biggest purchase. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So understanding that, and what I think, again, I'm a baby in the game when it comes to it, but in 2020 and 2021, 2022, it was hotcakes. Anything you touched was a win, right?
Right.
After pandemic?
Right. Yeah, absolutely, right? Interest rates are low, this and that.
Right.
So
For sure.
what happens, though, when stuff is hot and quick, what happens? The quality's down, right? So I align myself with people around me, brokers that I support, even brokers I shout out to there, of like restoring that quality and education to the game, right? So I think that's I know that's my competitive advantage, right? Everybody, hey, you get your real estate, you can ball out this and that, but it's a lot of things are just one-time transactions that are happening right now because of that. I call it that hot and ready period. Now, a lot of people, I'm not doing the real estate to play this year. I'm doing that for everybody I talk to this year. for 2 years from now, 5 years from now, be able to do that and build a business that way. And there's, again, so many different lanes. There's a residential, like I've been in the game for 8 months, and just I've got a little book of business. I got some closings coming up. We in May, we got some stuff like that. So, but again, you're gonna ride that wave and figure out how to balance both. When things are hot and when things are not. But that consistency, like I said, I can give you the playbook. People they get tired.
So let me say this, bro, and with you traveling to the 6 continents, my experience, because I've traveled a few places, not nearly as many as you, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, because it's going to happen.
Absolutely,
Yeah, like we're gonna put that into fruition, So I like to say what I've observed is everybody focuses on America. There's a great opportunity in other countries, bro. So what I implore a lot of you to do, and you probably already know this, what I would like for you to kind of elaborate and tell people the opportunities that exist in other countries, and if you can elaborate on that process of how to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good segue, Blue. Like, so I'm Ghanaian, right? My parents born in Ghana here.
West Africa stand up.
Africa, shout out West side, best side. But no, so I've been blessed to see that different opportunities and like really have.
It's like a hotspot now. People talking.
No,
about
hit boy. My cousin always over there, bro. Like,
As they should,
I'm not saying in a bad way. I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro.
Like even like opportunities for like
bro.
Real estate, just because there's a lot of the infrastructure in these places and like in outside of America is completely different. So any little idea that you feel like you can do here is gonna be popping there in like 5-10 years, even quicker, right? As globalization continues and technology advances, that gap is gonna get smaller of where America had this space of just the infrastructure being where it's at,
right,
and having it close, that gap close. So in there, I think the hardest thing when you're investing in any business, real estate, technology in another country is having people on the ground, because that space is in my experience is more from a relationship connection space versus America having that capital. You got the capital, the relationships will come, right? You got the bread, people gonna come. Over there, things are in different spaces. Like you got to have the right person to understand the right space. We're gonna maintain the operation, think like you, and act on your interests or the interests of the company, right? It's based off of your network. There, it's very, very network. Whether it's Asia, whether it's even in Europe, Africa, like South America, it's all network based. And that's the difference of like building, sustainable businesses in international spaces. Again, if you got the capital, like if you are a multinational company, right? Yeah, if you can put a Bank of America in South America, people gonna pull up, right? But if you're doing BJ's in real estate space, right? I can have the capital, but that's no cachet because you gotta really know the people and the players, put you in that spot. And then the maintenance of that is having a team. Unless you can be 2 places at once, having a team to run that operation.
You have to trust the boots on the ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We're gonna have to get you in Honduras, bro, because I'm gonna tell you, we you don't know this, but HY got people out there that's working for us right now. You don't even know that, but I'm putting you on game. So just know that. So we're gonna have to. Yeah, I'm talking about for real though.
So that's what I'm saying. So you already know the space. Like you already know. That's how.
Nah. I saw some things with my own eyes. I'm like, man. So I'm watching them develop the streets and stuff, and like, not even knowing they actually working for us. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is it's already out there for you. You see what I'm saying? In that particular country. I'm just saying, you see what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
I'm telling you it is. Like
I can feel your energy,
no,
bro.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Like I'm telling you it's ready made.
Yes.
All you gotta do is open up the microwave, bro. Like real talk. I'm just telling you, it's already ready, bro.
For sure.
And prepare.
I got a feeling you're really adamant about it.
He's in there.
No, I'm telling you.
I know.
No, if I didn't see it, it's one thing when you get.
Yeah, it's one thing to talk about, another thing to walk about it. You saying?
Yeah, it's one thing to get walked through customs, bro.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah,
man.
it is. That's
feeling,
my
man.
first. That's a first for me. That's never happened. So I'm just letting you know. Like, so with that being said, I know. Do you feel like Ghana and West Africa in general can be a place where you know, because like Marlon and I were talking about this. We don't
Yeah.
think it, because I'm not going to say it's an easy process out there in Honduras, but I think it'd be a bit more challenging in Ghana. Would you think it would be a bit challenging, considering people who are not citizens out there to try to get some things going if they, you know, integrate with the right people?
Challenging. I don't know. I'll push back on you on that a little.
Okay,
bit, right?
okay.
For sure. Because again, like the reason the Honduras space, right, is you got the boots on the ground.
Right.
That's the same. If you have that in Ghana, or if you have that in Nigeria or China, or you know Venezuela or anything like. Anyway,
No, I got
like,
you. Yeah.
That,
you're just saying country for sure.
It creates a sense of like calmness and like, all right, you're moving, and it gets you motivated.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Would it be a challenge to get that going?
It's how you build any relationship. Like whoever who's in that space, they got networking partnerships, that kind of space. It's the same way. Now, I think what happens in that there may be different. You know, say in Honduras it may be a 5-step process, and Ghana may be a 7-step process.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. Okay.
So, but I think that's situational based off of like I think a lot. So I'll tell you this. One of the things in Ghana that I'm trying to that I'm having hurdles on is like the government being involved, right?
The government.
So,
If you're not a citizen, you can't have land.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was trying to get
And the citizenship, to become a citizen is not easy.
at. Right. There we go. So would it be difficult to become a resident?
So with the rest of, I can speak on Ghana.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. That's why I ask these questions, baby. Yeah.
So just like
Go ahead and
here
dunk
in the
the alley.
States, just like here in the States, bro. It just depends on the administration.
Right, there we go.
Administration,
Say the word. Go.
Hey.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
one administration may be favorable, and the other one may not.
There we go. There we go.
Conducive to what you're trying to do.
And that's here. That's here.
So there you go. There we go. That's what I was kind of getting at.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah, we all humans, the same thing.
yeah, bro. So do you, as far as in a nutshell, what do you think is going to be what takes you to the next level out of all your streams? What do you think is going to be the one that elevates you to the next level the quickest?
The quickest.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna,
I know. I ask some tough questions
No,
sometimes,
no,
because that's something to think about. And I was
for my plan that I got right now, the way that's gonna give me the quickest is gonna be real estate.
always. That's what I was getting at. That's the reason I said that. The quickest way to become a millionaire, y'all, and I've seen it from we got doctors, lawyers, we got like everything you can think of.
Right.
The quickest way to do it is real estate. So that's why
I know a dentist, not to cut you off, I know a
go ahead.
dentist, but he makes most of his money because he leases the building.
There you go.
Yeah.
He leases to other dentists.
Again.
He hires a building manager.
I dated this gorgeous Delta from Baylor. I remember she's pre-dentist. She became a dentist, and she has her own practice now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She has her own space now. She's making good money.
I mean,
Excellent.
McDonald's makes most of his money off real estate.
Yeah, of course.
My wife's a dentist and she owns her practice, so like I know exactly.
Right.
I know the space. Yeah,
So you can rent it out to other dentists.
Well, we give me $1 million worth of game right now. I hope y'all locked in, bro. I hope y'all locked in.
Get y'all teeth clean, man. Shout out to Dr. Brenda Appeal.
Shout out Dr. Brenda.
Yeah, there we go. If you could change anything, as far as corporate America, your opportunities with corporate America, what would you change?
Opportunity corporate.
The opportunities that you had or have, or just any type of opportunities.
culture?
Anything that you feel during your experience or your possible future experience with corporate America. What would you feel like would be something you would do differently, or should have done differently, or plan on doing differently?
Oh yeah, so for me, corporate America, I think my biggest space was just I should have been me earlier, right? When I got to American, I loved everything that Americans taught me. And American is a big part of my family. My mom still works there. Like everything afforded in my life has American Airlines associated with it. Where I went to school, how we bought our house, all that stuff from growing up.
There we
American
go.
Airlines is there. Like aunties, uncles, best friends, all still there.
Yeah.
So the one thing I would change is just be myself immediately. Like I went to a space was like, I know who I am, this and that. But when you walk in, you saw the same people that was getting promoted doing the same thing. right? And again, we've been taught this since day one. Be yourself, blah blah blah. All the songs, all the books, all that stuff. And then you get into the practical space, and I just forgot everything. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Yeah. So I put myself in the box. I was dressing like they was dressing, this and that, talking vernacular, all that space. The moment I stopped doing that, though, like that's when my career skyrocketed. It was just like, hey, being myself, right?
Boy, he dropping jewels right now.
No, real talk.
Yeah.
And there's that code switch going back and forth. Like obviously, there's we have to play by different rules, or we have to outwork in space, and that is a thing. That's still a thing, even in 2026. I don't want to sugarcoat that, but there is a lane for you to be yourself and feel like you're not losing. I felt like I was losing who I was.
There you go. Losing your identity, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was so tied to it. American, like my goal at American when I was there was like, I'm gonna. And I've seen like my road there was like, all right, there's all these black leaders in the commercial organization. There's zero. There was zero in the commercial organization. I'm like, I'm gonna be the first one. And I've got people that got more degrees than me, this and that. They were there longer than me. They didn't make it. They was like, I'm gonna be the first one. I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one. And in that space of doing it, I became that. It's like from a level 1 to a manager in a commercial organization where all the money's at. That's not like that's where that was like. All right, I did that. That was my thing. And then, but what else after that? There's nothing after that. Like, keep going. There was nothing.
Dang.
Right?
So you saying there was a glass ceiling?
There was a glass ceiling. So then,
I deal with that at Wills, bro.
Yeah, I deal with that.
Yeah. We talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it. So I got this goal. I'm like, everybody, we in this mud, this and that. And then, we all right, cool. And then
What
it's
now?
like, all right,
What now?
Then they're like, all right, bro, here's your slip. Go ahead. We talk to you later.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, and again,
Thank you for your service.
my mom works there now, so it's like my mom, and I brought my brother there. So my best thing, if you want to know how I define love, is two things. If I pray for you, I love you. But if I put my family around you, I love you. I entrusted this company with my brother, who I love to death, man. And they let him go too.
Man.
So my mom was like, hey, we got 2 kids that American that I put 40 years in, and they gone. So, but it was all, like I said, all the cliches are real, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is for your own good. Like, there's bigger things coming and this and that, and it is, bro. Like, I hate to say that, and you hear it in the moment, it's like, damn, leave me alone. I'm gonna go through my emotions, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But where I'm at now, this mental clarity, I went through a lot of shit, like these last 2 years, and I'm still figuring it out. But I'm also on the other side of it to like, I know I'm feeling the feeling is coming, right?
Right.
So if I was at American, I would have stayed there forever. That's how. That's
Yeah,
how
I'm about to say,
bro.
you have to become uncomfortable before
Absolutely.
you really truly experience the true meaning of being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that,
And he ain't got no both sides.
yeah, you got to. It's
Can't
mandatory.
appreciate without.
And they've been telling this since we was little, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, and it's like you hear it at 20, and then you hear it at 40, and it means completely different things.
Right.
And that's one of the beautiful parts of the process.
Full circle process.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Full
why I
circle.
did that intentionally. Y'all catch me.
Yeah.
That process and tying that together, because I've been in that situation before, but now the players and the scenarios are different. So how do you act? You gotta act. The way I was acting at 20, there's no way I would have got through. You gotta adapt and grow.
There you
And
go.
that's where we at. So, and we still, and you do it all the time, and lean on your network. I'm here because of y'all boys.
Hey, man, we're here because of you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man,
I
because of
want
you.
to say, I know I gotta say that.
You
I
know,
gotta say it because I mean it.
well, that's the thing. The truth, the podcast is called Brotherhood Smoke, and the true essence of brotherhood. I don't think people understand. Like, we have so many stories we can share with y'all.
Yeah.
It doesn't. We would not have enough film. We would not have enough day, night, light years. We wouldn't have enough time to encompass all the beautiful stories we have as far as what the brotherhood that we've put together in our immediate network. And it's not including when we went to go travel in other spaces and other universities and other college campuses to extend that network.
Absolutely.
So what I'll say to that is, if you have never experienced brotherhood, it's truly a blessing. You know, you gotta and again, we don't iron sharpens iron. We don't always see eye to eye. That's what people this is what people don't see.
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like that,
It's
that's
not
true.
friendship.
Like
It's not friendship.
you know, that scene from Lean on Me when Robert Guillaume, very underrated actor, Robert Guillaume and Morgan Freeman going back and forth with each other, and he checked him like, "Look, I hear you're the HNIC there, but I'm the HNIC. I'm your boss." And went back and forth, got quiet, and he said, "All right, let's go get something to eat."
Yeah.
And, you know, so I love that
Bro,
scene,
that's it.
and that's two great actors, bro. Like real talk, go watch that scene from Lean on Me with Robert
Right.
Guillaume and Morgan Freeman. That's a beautiful scene because they went at each other. You'd have thought they hated each other, but they were
I mean,
just
like even chapter meetings.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Oh,
we get
yeah.
into it.
Yeah,
When we
bro.
all left, and
do
fellowship
that
afterwards.
now.
and went to furs right after. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for
Hey,
sure.
man, I charged up a frat brother 2 days ago. We going talk this and that. Called him, hey bro, you good, man? You
Yeah.
go to church? Cool. Like that's
I checked on one of my
Yeah.
That's what I'm
LPs.
saying.
Like that's the thing, brothers gonna hold each other accountable.
And that's a true definition of love, man. If
Yeah.
I can charge you
Right.
up and hold you accountable
Yeah.
and tell you, because if I didn't care, I'd be like, all right, bro, go and keep doing this dumb
Boy,
stuff
you
you're
said it.
doing.
Would y'all say there's something that's missing right now for us masculinity?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
the ability to be checked
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, real
and
talk.
not take it personal.
And not take it
real
personal.
talk.
And not
He was
take it
checking
personal.
everybody, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Because like we all bow down to somebody.
Yeah,
I
basically.
don't care if you believe in Jehovah, God, Buddha, somebody.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We all your mama, daddy, we all
yeah,
can be checked. We should be able to be checked.
yeah.
That's the thing.
It's mandatory.
Right.
Mandatory.
Right. And I mean that's what the process does. It's for the better making of men.
Yeah.
Keep better.
Now,
I can't make you no man.
Yeah. The
But
better
we can
man.
make each other. We all can make each other better
Absolutely.
men.
And
Hold
it's-
each other accountable.
And it's like I said, it's life. It's for life. We in this for life,
Right.
right? So it's
Yeah.
not a making you better in this 2 weeks or this 4 years that we in school or whatever.
Right.
Like I called one of my neos. I ain't talked to him in like 4 years.
Man,
Called
see?
him on shout out to Siraj.
Okay.
Shout out Siraj.
I called him. We was on the phone for like 2 hours. And
There
just
was.
stuff like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's where it's saying he's charging me up, charging him up, catching up on life stuff, and that's how it's supposed to be, man.
Should be like that.
It's supposed to be.
And see, that's the key right there. Like, can go years and like we don't miss a beat.
Not a beat.
Like that,
It's a
like
brother.
you can't understand. Like I can't put it. And for those who have never experienced that, man, I won't say feel bad for you, but I will say this: you're really
Right.
missing out on an experience where you can actually, because we all have gone through losses. We've all lost family members, and we all, like I said, we all lean on each other
Right.
when these things happen. Because Father Time is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? But so is brotherhood. Brotherhood is undefeated as well. You can't put a price tag on something like that. And people, I feel like people should understand the important essence of brotherhood and even sisterhood, obviously. Right. And I feel like sisterhood is equally, if not more important, because it's a lot more difficult and challenging for women to keep that bond together these days. Right.
Absolutely, bro. And I think the challenge too is when you bringing them together, like in the space now in 2026 where you feel like we're all even in the sense of like, you should charge me up, I love you, my sister should be able to charge you up the same
right
way.
Exactly
For sure.
It's in a space where I think we can get better as a society is not having that filter of like, hey, I can't come at you this way because I've got to take your emotions and stuff from there. Like everybody's going through stuff, but at the end of the day, we as individuals have to grow and like have that skin and understand that person's trying to,
Yeah,
it's
you're
coming
doing
at
it
the right way.
coming from a lot of people. Unfortunately, charge is such a strong word.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Constructive criticism,
there you go.
because it's approach too, especially with Aries. It's approach.
Yeah, it's approach.
It's
Yeah,
approach.
yeah, absolutely.
You got to come at me a certain way, man. I'll do whatever you need to say, but don't embarrass me.
Yeah.
Don't put me on blast. Especially I ain't gonna put you on blast.
Nah, real
Yeah,
talk.
exactly.
Right. Pull my coat.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for it, bro.
You're all right,
I don't
man.
know. I mean, my daddy Aries too. I'm like, I had to tell him like he was right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just all like charge is a strong word, but it's really, it's like you say, if it's coming from the right place.
Yeah.
And the right, but also the right messenger at the right time. Like you said, it's approach too.
That's
right?
facts.
It's
That's
approach
facts.
too. Like you can't,
Yeah.
you can't fight fire with fire. You
Right.
can. You're just not gonna get the outcome you're looking for, right? At the end of the day,
You get
want
the
that-
smoke.
You want, you're gonna get a shot of smoke, yeah. But you want to get the space of like you care, so you want to make sure that
Right.
that is being digested, right? That whatever the words are being digested. Now it's on the person to make the, they got to get to a place of self-awareness, and that's a whole nother topic, right?
Right.
But like you also, I feel like if you're in a place of